It's another day where it was feeling like being a day late was what was intended by time itself almost. For yesterday was now seeming like the right amount of productivity, and today seems overflowing, brimming with it. And how do we get to these conclusions? How do we obtain these understandings of where we belong? Well, it's sort of built into how we see the world. How did I get where I am today? It's mostly been seeing what I can do and doing it, seeing what I don't want to do and challenging that, figuring out why and how to do things that I am not comfortable doing, even though I feel like they are something that could murder me, and proving to myself that it'll be fine, actually. And now it feels like tomorrow is another chapter change. And I'm curious to see how I am in a week from now after this potential change to happen tomorrow. But it might not be nearly as grandiose as I'm thinking, and that's fine. As long as it's it's more of a retaining of this current state than it is a attempt at being something else, which is a very weird thing to try and quantify. So where do we stand? Having revisited old bad habits and not allowing them to consume us, we then continue to strive forward with the good behaviors on top and realizing how the bad behaviors did affect. And so we are able to improve upon the process and say, these are the things that make this particular thing happen. See the willpower that I've had to exert in the past for varying reasons, and see what I am in fact capable of because of this. And see that I have been seen incorrectly by many people because a mixture of reasons. One, me not presenting myself properly, and two, me being in situations that I tried to put myself into that I wasn't familiar or comfortable with yet, so as to have a misrepresentation of who I am, and perhaps in a way that's even more of a truth than this me that I see that is well honed. An uneducated version of myself coming out is pure, I guess you could call it, or something along those lines. Anyway, we are heading towards a new frontier. This domain has been quite simple and yet at the same time quite abstract. It's one of those far-reaching consequences that you don't even realize the ramifications of, yet it seems like such a small change when you look at it under a microscope. And how do we understand what actually happens? Well, we wait and we see what actually changes, and how much strength we've gained from having to fight at a higher level versus how much more we can gain without having to have such resistance.